Hey guys, it is your girl Lillian here, and this is yet another episode of Conversation with ELG. I'm super excited to be here today, and I just want to take this opportunity to first thank you, all of you, for everything that you're doing. I'm seeing the support, the reception of the channel is amazing, and the love is overwhelming. Thank you so much. And thank you for subscribing as well. This is a road to 1,000 subscriber. Yeah, I know we're going to get there by God's grace. Yeah, and also if you're a new person in this community, we say you're very much welcome. You are very much welcome. Feel at home, and you can just do that by clicking that subscribe button, like this video that you're about to watch, and you can also click on the notification bell so that anytime we tend to post a new video, you become among the first one to notice it. So in today's video, this is part 2 of my story, and I've decided that I'm going to do this session with Q&A, so it's going to be easy for us to capture everything at least in one video, and also the video not to be that long because I just want to finish it. So this is part 2 of the story, and whatever is this about is like what was life like in school as a teenage mom of 2 kids. Yeah, that is all we're going to capture in this video. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. Yeah, and the first question is, why did you decide to go back to school? Like, why did you make a decision of going back to school? So basically, I would say the reason why I decided to go back to school is because I had a mentality, and I believed for me to be successful in life, I have to go to school. I have to finish my academics. You know, when you're raised and you're like, you have to go to school for you to become so and so. What you want to do what do you want to do when you grow up? Actually, I wanted to be a lawyer. After that, I came to be like, I want to be a finance manager. And no, that one was not God's plan for me, because currently I am a procurement officer. So maybe road to being a procurement manager. Yeah, so everything is still achievable. So that's, I wanted to be somebody. I just wanted to have a title in me. And before my name, like there is a title before my name. So and I knew it, for me to get there, I have to go back to school. Also, another thing that encouraged me to go back to school is like, the kids that I went back to school with, I was like, everyone is going to be successful, and you're the only one who's not going to be successful. You cannot stay in here. You have to wake up and go and fight for what you want your vision to look like. Like that vision you have to put it in reality. For me to put that vision into reality, I had to go back to school. And also another thing which is a major factor is like, you know, when you're coming in this world that we have, lower class, middle class, and the upper class family, for you to be at least somebody in the community, we believe that education is the equalizer, is the only thing that can bring somebody from down to up. Also, there is favor from God. I'm a person who believes so much in favor, and prophecies a lot. And also education is an equalizer. We have to get there, because even if God decides to favor you today and you go somewhere and they ask you, Lillian, where are the papers? You just present them. You know, even if you're not qualified for that position but you have a paper, that piece of paper, that's what my mom used to tell me. Just present the paper, and then God's favor is going to be on that something. You remember when God asked Moses, what is in your hands? You have to have something in your hand. So that's also motivated me to get something to be in my hand, so that God will speak favor on the something that I have in my hand. And I believed education was one of them, hence I decided to go for it. Another question is like, your biggest support system. So my biggest support system has been my family always. My mom, cheers to her, she's done amazingly well. She has done her job perfectly well. Even what was not her job, she went outside the box. My dad and my mom, they've been my biggest support system. My mom was my mentor. She was my cheerleader. She's been my motivation. She's just been my everything, like my everything. Not just being my mom. She's been the most amazing support system that I've ever got around me. And I really thank God for putting her there, because indeed, when God says he has a purpose for you, he knows everything. He knew us even before coming into this world. I don't know if I will be here today if I was not born from that family, or if I was not her child. Not everyone can take whatever I put her through. Not every mom can take that in. So I really thank God for blessing me with her as a gift. And I really thank God for that, because she's been my biggest support system. I really thank God for that. So yeah, she's my family, of course. And the next question is, how was the receptions from the fellow students and teachers when you get back to school? So the single mom of 2, the reception, yeah, Not everyone was good, of course, but it was not that bad. I cannot complain because I thank God he provided everything. Sorry, I thank God he provided everything. There is this girl that she was also a new girl in school, and I was also a newcomer. So we joined school at the same time together. Her name is Laura. That girl was a very big support system for me when I was in school also, and she still is even currently. She's my best friend. Laura will provide all the reading materials that I needed. She had every textbook, revision book. Her parents had given her everything. She had resources to help me excel academically, and she's not like she only took care of me academically. Also, emotionally, she stand with me when everyone else were just criticizing me, when everyone else never wanted to associate themselves with me. She was there always, always, like every now and then. And another thing is, like, Laura took care of me. She will wake up very early from her place and she will prepare tea. She will even prepare lunch and she will pack. She will carry a big flask of tea, not strongy, a strong thick milk tea, not diluted. Like it was just milk. She will bring it for me in school. When people are going to struggle in the line taking the strong tea in school, I used to take care. My tea was so strong. It was good, yeah. And Laura was providing for all that. I never asked for it. She just was bringing it to school, and I guess God knew it and she put her there for that purpose for me at that particular point of time, because I was breastfeeding. I never had time to eat well until when it's those break times in school. And of course I never had money to be spending for canteen and everything, because I wanted to save everything that I had to save. Like I was trying to save everything that I had. So Laura was good. Also, there is this one guy, Kyoko. Also, he was good. He was our index one in school then. He was helping me in areas that I never understand with my biologies and my chemistry. Kyoko will take an extra time. So I used to come to school very early in the morning and he would go through with me in these other areas that I never understand anything. He would teach me and everything was just smooth. So they were enough. Like the rest, even if you don't care about, if you don't want to fight, if you want to fight me, there was no big deal about it, because God had provided people for me who at least would understand me. And also another person, teachers. Okay, let's talk about the teachers. They were good. I thank God. Not all of them, of course, but there are a lot of them. They were good and they loved me. They really cared for me, and I had good rapport with the teacher. I used to find favor actually in the eyes of every student and the teachers. God's favor was upon my life. The teachers were good, and I also used to be on my lane to avoid mistakes at all costs. So I was not going to make mistake, and I'll do assignments. I will make sure I've done my assignment, even if it means me staying up late to do those assignments and not going to bed. So I was trying to avoid mistake, anything that would make me and the teachers cross paths. So I used to avoid at all. So we were good friends, and yeah, everything was good, and they knew that I had a kid, and yeah, they were encouraging me as well. So it was good. The reception was not bad. Another question is, how was your daily routine like, balancing as a student and as a mom? My oh my God, my daily routines were crazy. Yeah, they were crazy because I was a student. I have to be I have to be in school in time, and I have to also be a parent at the same time. We don't have a house help, and my mom was there because we didn't have a house help, and we decided to enroll Ethan, my first boy, to school. My firstborn, he's a boy. We enrolled him to school, and he went when he was so young, because he went when he was 2 years. Yeah, so we enrolled Ethan to school. So I had to wake up very early in the morning, sometimes 2 a.m., because I have to finish the teacher's assignment, and I have to prepare maybe food for them when I'm going to school, the one I'm leaving behind. And I am also supposed to start up my journey to school so early, so I get to school by 6 a.m. in the morning, and I have tuition with Kyoko. He was teaching me. Sometimes we will start it by 5:30 a.m. or sometimes by 6 every day on daily basis. I had not to, I was not going to afford to miss that, so I have to be in school on time. And of course I have to walk to school, so, and sometimes it's 1 hour half, 1 hour 30 minutes, so I have to trek to school. So it was so packed. I never had any free time that I remember of, so I had to walk to school and all these kind of things. And sometimes coming back from school very late at night, so I was operating at that, in the dark, waking up when it's still dark in the morning, coming back when it's already dark at night. Yeah, that was basically it, because some teachers used to extend the lessons, they will not go out of class immediately because we were in our final year, and everyone, some teachers, maths teachers, they never want to leave the classroom, so they will be there, they will take any free lesson, so I have to be there. Yeah, that was the basically routine. Was sometimes I would stay there in class, and you know, my bus is full because now I have to go back home and give and breastfeed my kid, at least to offload everything. And you know, when it becomes like that, you feel like you have headache because the veins are now painful. It was crazy, but I thank God because I just went to school back when it was very early. I was still not that much strong, but yeah, we had to do it. So that was my daily routine. And my mom used to take care of my kids when I'm not in school. He would go with my baby to work on her back. I don't know who does that, but may God just bless my mom for everything that she has ever done for me. I cannot pay her back because she used to carry my baby on her back. She goes to work with her, and then my dad was also home taking care of my son, because when he comes back from school, he'll find him home. My dad was not employed by this time of, he was not yet employed. He had already retired, so most of the times he was home if he was not going to church. When he was going to church, we'll find a way of how we figure it out, what will happen. Yeah, we just navigated it like that. That was how we balanced with my parents and me going back to school. It was not easy, but it was worth it. Now I can say it was worth it, although it was not easy at all. So how did you manage society critics about you going back to school? Yeah, this one, people will always talk. People will always find something to talk about. In fact, negative one, not positive one. People in the society will always find something to talk about. But if you know already and you anticipate whatever they are going to say, you need to be strong and just go ahead and just do what you have to do, because anyway, you gotta do what you have to do for you to succeed. So people are saying, why is my mom taking back a prostitute to school? Is she's just going to do whatever she did, the same thing that she did last time? Why is my mom wasting her money and she's struggling? Why is she even doing it? She should sit down and take care of her kids. She put it on herself, so she should sit down and take care of her kid. She doesn't have any right to go back to school. Actually, that's what came, and they looked at me as a failure. And also that I took it positively. Anything that was coming to me as negative, I used to take it positively and put more effort. So I'll just use that negative thing to make me even work more harder, because now I know I don't have only myself to prove. I have the whole society to prove that no, you are wrong. Somebody can be remorseful and can be determined to do everything that they wanted to do, even if something like that had happened. So I had a whole society to disapprove. It was not easy. Society is not easy to deal with. So the only thing that I did was to shut my ears, to ignore everything. That's how my mom advised me, because whatever was important to me was my family as a support system, and my mom was on board fully, because after she forgave me, she was like, we are going to do this. My mom loved school so much. She never had a chance to go into school, and she wanted everyone in her house to succeed and to go to school. That was also another motivation actually that pushed me to go to school back. And she was like, she's doing everything that is going to take her for you to be in school. So my mom is on board, my family is on board. Anything that you people are talking about, you're not going to pay those bills, you're not taking care of the kids, you're not adding anything. Even if it was coming from direct family, just had to ignore it and just focus to whatever me and my mom we have agreed on. And because we are the ones who are bearing the vision, the society does not have the vision of where I'm going to. The society does not have the dream of where I'm going to. My mom knows about it because she asked me, what do you want in life? We had those kind of conversations. She knows what, and she knew the potential that was in me, and I also knew the potential that was in me, and I knew that I can achieve this thing if I get the right support. And she gave the right support. That was enough. So I never focused so much on everything that was happening in the society. I never put my attention to it too. Yeah. The next question is, how were your performance with all this responsibility? So my performance in school were not that bad because I put a lot of effort, and by God's grace, God gave me a good memory, and the spirit of excellence was in me because I'm a child of God. He made everything to be easy for me, and I also worked hard. I never slept. That's what I was saying. I used to wake up so early, and I'll go to bed very late at night, because sometimes I go back to bed as late as 6 a.m. I'm not a night person, but I had to 6 a.m. and 12 a.m. I'm not a night person, but I had to go to 12 a.m. because when I came back from school, I have to wash clothes for the babies. I have to do the house chores to keep everything ready so that I'll get time to wake up as early as 2 a.m. to go to my books and do everything that I have to do for me to get it right. And also, as I mentioned earlier, Kyoko in school, he was really helping. Laura was providing all the materials that I needed for me to revision material, and also the teachers were determined to see us succeed. Yeah, and I thank God the performance was good. Yeah, I passed and I got a direct entry to the university after finishing the school. So that's how everything was, my performance, even as, so it is doable. There is nothing that is not doable. You put in the right amount of work that is needed, focus, it is doable. So what were some of the resolutions you made as a student to keep you focused? Yeah, the resolution. You know, when you get to school as a student, you have to make a resolution. Resolution number 1 was not to have a phone. Not to have a phone as a student until I finish my exam. So I destroyed the phone that I have. I never had a phone when I was in school. I was phoneless. Resolution number 2 is to have good friends who are going to help me. I started building up good relationships that are going to help me to elevate, to get to where I am going to. Anything that was not adding value or was not of importance to where I was going to, I dropped all of them. I never put attention to it because this time round, I want just to get this thing done the way it is supposed to. So I dropped a lot of friends. I focused on, actually I never had a lot, but you know, when you are not good, so a lot of bad friends are around you, not good people, because they are the ones who are also perceived to be not good in the society. So they are around you because at least you people are you're having similar characteristics. So it's not like they're bad people, no, but now because I'm trying to get to another level, or I'm trying to achieve something that is different, it's okay to drop them. Not like you are not as, I don't know if I'm putting it in the right way, but yeah, I had to now focus on things that are going to help me succeed in this period of time, because I had only a limited period of time for me to be in school and to get this thing done rightly, and not just to pass exam, not just to finish school. I just didn't want to finish school. I wanted to finish school and pass my exam. So I had to really drop a lot of people around me and just to focus with the right people and to focus in the right things, and just, yeah. Then the next question is your source of income as a single mom at this point. Actually, this question I put it here because there are a lot of single moms who are struggling with the source of income, and they're doing a lot of things that are not good because of that, or maybe because they're not getting a good support system. And yeah, that's why I put it there, because people are like, how are you surviving, you know? And also people in the society, because you're not doing bad, they are calling you names, because they're like, he cannot be doing this, maybe it's because he's getting this from there, you know. People are calling you names and all these kind of things. So my source of income was my mom. My mom took everything. Like I said earlier, she forgave me and she walked with me in the journey. She put on the shoes, she put on the criticism. As people were stabbing me and were stabbing her at the back, she never minded, and she put in the effort. If you know my mom, she's not like she's a wealthy woman, no, she's not that rich. By God's grace, God provided for her, and yeah, she did everything possible. I had my baby daddy who was giving me money also, but not the way it used to come in. At this particular point of time, you have to force it now. It was like a tug of war. If for you to get something, you have to keep on begging, and you know, there is pride also in me. I'm like, I cannot be begging, you know. If you want to give me, give me. It was not like you could have depended on that one. Let's say it was not that much. No, you could not have depended on that one. So my mom was my biggest source of income, because she was the one working when I was in school. Although when we used to close school, I'll also go and look for jobs. Like I remember there's a point that I was a salesperson in a boutique in the Christmas season, you know, those season. I'll be selling clothes, and then I'll be making money. And yeah, and I'll also be helping a little bit, and I used to do at least something. I remember I was also an M-Pesa sales girl, and I used to raise some income from there after school also, when I was almost finishing, when I was getting holidays, and also when I finished school. That is also what I did. And I also did a lot of odd jobs, like washing for people. I was down to earth. I never had any pride. There are some areas where I would have pride, but there are some areas where I never had that pride. Actually, pride is not a good thing. I was down to earth. I would wash for people and they would pay me for washing their clothes. It's not like I was using washing machine. I was bending, using my own hands. I would wash and I'll get the money and I'll take care of my babies as well as much as my mom's support. My nephews also, they were asking me, I was asking them, I would wash for them instead of paying somebody else. I used to sell also second-hand clothes. I remember I did this selling second-hand clothes even when I was in the university. I sell a lot of second-hand clothes. I'll get my things from Uganda and I'll sell them to the university. Ladies sandals, like I was just fumbling everywhere. If I get something that is nice, it is a bag, a handbag, a shoes, I'll grab it, I'll sell it to somebody who I know is going to give me a good money for it. Yeah, I build this relationship, I'll sell for you. I'll just try and fumble, and also with my mom's help. And also when I get to the university, because I passed and I got a direct entry and I was a job student, I was getting help. So my school fees was not that much because I get some bursary. Help was also cutting some of the school fees, and now I have just to pay a little bit. So the money that I'm going to receive in my account from my school sponsorship, I'll also use it to take care of myself and to take care of my kids. I remember even my people were just looking like, why are you looking this? Because everything began to come back to normal, and people were just questioning everything. Why is she getting money? Help. Thank God for Kenyan government. I was getting help. I was getting also these bursaries. They were going for my school fees, and I was getting help, and I used to take care of my kids. Yeah, and life was good. God came through for me. So what I'm just trying to say in this video is like life, everything in life is doable. It doesn't matter the number of times you have fallen down as a person. The important thing is that you still have the vision and you know where you're going to. You know where you're going to. Life is still doable. And the Bible says, I don't know if it is in Philippians, like, I can do everything through Christ who strengthened me. It doesn't matter. Maybe you feel like maybe I'm not worthy, I'm not still God's kid. God is not going to take care of me because I'm not saved. God loves you and there is nothing you can do not for him not to love you more. But it doesn't mean that you don't have to follow Jesus. If you follow Jesus, then that is the perfect thing. Now it's going to be easy. God just showed me mercy when I was still a sinner, and he was providing for me. He was giving me the strength, the excellency, the memory, the everything, the favor, the mercy, everything to help me. He can still do it for you. But it is more of advantage when you are in the kingdom, because the Bible says in Matthew 6:33, seek first the kingdom of God and everything is going to be given unto you. You don't want to do life alone in this 2024. You don't want to operate in error. I was operating in so many areas. You don't have to operate in those areas. If you have not gone through what I've gone through, there is no point of you to go through that. Just focus on God. Focus on one step at a time. All the priorities that you've listed in your life, like one thing at a time. You cannot chase two birds at the same time. It's going to be hectic. It's going to squeeze you. It's going to be so tough. And if you're already there, it doesn't mean that you have to stay there. Wake up. It is time for you to wake up. This is a wake-up call for you. I did it because God helped me to do it. That same God that helped me is the same God, because Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. He's still performing wonders. He's still visiting people. He's still visiting. He's paying visits. So you open your hands and just allow him in. He's going to visit you. Don't allow that depression, don't allow that thing to bring you down. It may not be giving birth as a teenager. It may be, maybe you are in drugs. You're watching me and maybe you are in drugs. And you're like, how am I going to come out of it? Invite Jesus into it. Once Jesus is introduced in a situation, he's going to help you. So I hope this video was able to encourage somebody who's watching me right now. I hope this video, even if maybe that thing that you're trying to do was business that failed, come up again, do it again. Just invite God into it, because God wants us to invite him in everything. Because the Bible says we can do all things through Christ who give us strength. So if you're going to exclude God and you go with your own strength, it's going to be so hard. It's going to be so hard and so difficult. Just invite God in and it's going to help you. I hope this video was interesting, and I hope this video is going to help and encourage somebody who's listening to me right now to make some good decision in this 2024 and the coming years. If it was helpful for you, please click that like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell, so that anytime we get to post a new video, you become among our #1 person to see the video. And please don't forget to share the video with anyone that you think. Actually, I am an evangelist for the girl child. I am an evangelist. Oh my god, that one just came right now. Like, I'm an evangelist for the girl child, the people who you think like you are not nothing in the society. You are everything, girl. You are everything. Go outside there and conquer the world. It doesn't matter the number of times that you have fallen down as a person. Staying down there is the problem. You have to wake up and you have to keep going. You don't need anybody to be inside your camp to be your motivation person. You have to motivate yourself. You have to find reason. Let that dream that you had, let that vision that you had be your motivation. You have to wake up and go. The society is not going to motivate you. No one is going to motivate you. You have to talk yourself outside that situation. You can do everything. God is your Father. He's going to give you strength. Wake up and keep moving. We are moving. We are beating depression. We are excelling. And yeah, thank you so much for being my guest today. Thank you. Till next time. Bye bye. See you in my next video. And in my next video, I'm going to share about my salvation. How did I now become a born again and not just a Christian walking and hiding under the umbrella of my dad, which a lot of Christian kids do, which is not good. We need to know God for ourselves. So until then, please, I love you all. Share the video to everyone. Bye bye.